Hi, sorry about that, guys. The connection on my computer went. If you were just joining me a moment ago, or if you've just joined me now, my name is Gayle Berry. I'm an international expert on baby massage and baby yoga, and I'm the founder of Blossom and Berry. And today is my first question and answer session with me, where I've asked any of you guys if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer around nurturing touch, massage and yoga, and the importance of creating a strong connection and an emotional bond with your baby. I'm really passionate about using nurturing touch to help to create loving relationships between parents and babies. And this comes from my own experience as a mother. I have 3 children. My eldest is 16, but when I had my daughter, I was an incredibly nervous new mum. I'd never held a baby before in my life. The first baby I'd ever held was my daughter, and I really wasn't sure what to do. Because my background was I was a solicitor, I was quite an analytical person, and so my understanding of motherhood came from reading tons and tons of books and trying to work out what it was that my daughter needed by asking people and reading, and not doing a lot of actually trusting my own instincts and tuning in. And because of that, my first experience of motherhood was pretty difficult. I wanted to have this really wonderful, immediate, loving bond with my daughter. But actually the pressure of not knowing what to do and feeling a bit overwhelmed really made it difficult for me. Plus, my daughter was incredibly colicky. So she used to cry for between 6 to 8 hours sometimes every single day, from 4 o'clock to about midnight. And that was incredibly overwhelming. So when I put those 2 things together, it was a pretty difficult start to becoming a mother. But what happened was I went to an infant massage class because my friend suggested that I might find it useful to help with my daughter's colic. And what I found was I had this incredible connection to the power of nurturing touch. What happened was I started to tune into my own mothering instincts, to trust myself, to realize that I had everything I needed to be the perfect mother to my baby. And I started to trust my daughter Emily and learn from her. And in that process, which we use massage and a lot of other things around massage, such as singing and eye contact and playing and yoga and all of those things, I started to really enjoy being a mum, and I had this incredible connection, which I'm very happy to say has continued throughout my journey with my daughter and with my 2 amazing sons as well. So I became an infant massage teacher, and that's why I'm here now, to help you with all of the knowledge and wisdom that I've gained from teaching hundreds of parents across the world, and also by training around 300 teachers who are trained by Blossom and Berry, who are all out there in the world promoting the benefits of nurturing touch, massage and yoga. And that's my mission, is to help create more love in the world through early connections and supporting infant and maternal mental health. So sorry, a bit of a long introduction to me, but just so you know why I do what I do, why I'm so passionate about it, and why I want to connect and share all of this knowledge with you, because ultimately I want to help you create a more loving relationship with your baby. I want you to feel amazing as a mum. I want you to feel confident and empowered. And I know that all of those things will help you connect and enjoy parenting in a more positive way. So last week I asked people, have you got any questions that you'd like me to answer? And I had a few questions come message through to me, so I thought I would cover those with you now. And the reason why I focused on these ones is because they are the most common questions that new parents ask me. So I hope that they'll be really useful to you. You can also find loads of other information on all of these subjects on our website, which is blossomandberry.com, and there's lots of free resources that you can download and additional videos and everything like that. The whole website is designed to support you and your baby. So the first question that I wanted to cover today is, can baby massage help me if my baby has colic? Okay, so a lot of mums and dads come to classes with their babies because they have what is called colic. So colic, just to start off with, it's a term that's used to describe lots of different behaviours that babies have in the early days, from fussiness to stomach cramps to excessive crying to being unsettled to being fussy. There is no real understanding of what colic is. The medical definition suggests that it's a baby that cries for a prolonged period of time for more than 4 to 6 hours every day, consistently over a period of 2 weeks. So that is quite a severe, well, it's not a severe case, but that's quite a, what's the word? That's quite difficult symptoms for a baby to have. If you imagine that when babies cry, they cry because they're trying to communicate to us that they have a need. Ultimately, that's what crying is. It's a type of communication. So if you have a baby that's crying consistently every single day, for 4 to 6 hours, you know that your baby is trying to tell you something that they're not able to, whether they're having problems with their digestion, whether it's problems with absorbing information through the nervous system, whatever it is, your baby's really trying to communicate something to you. And obviously, as a parent, it's so hard to listen to your baby trying to tell you something, clearly not being in a relaxed state, and you not feeling like you can do much to help them. So colic is often used as a label from fussy babies to this other kind of, more medicalised version of what colic is. It also gets put in with something called reflux, which is where the baby's esophagus, the baby's food tube, where it meets the stomach, the valve that closes off the stomach to the esophagus isn't fully developed, comfortable for babies. So you have reflux, which is also confused with colic, and you also have something called silent reflux, which is the same thing, where the esophagus isn't fully developed, the valve on the esophagus isn't fully developed. But in this case, you don't have some of the symptoms of reflux, which are often things like being sick and babies being very uncomfortable all of the time. So colic, reflux and silent reflux can get put together, and so it can be really confusing if you have a baby that just doesn't seem to settle, doesn't feed very well, and is very unhappy. And obviously, as parents, what we want to do is support, nurture and be as compassionate and empathetic with our babies as we can. So how baby massage can help is in a number of ways. So first of all, just to say that, baby massage is not a magic wand. It's not going to instantly cure your baby's colic. When I explain in a moment what people think might contribute towards colic, you'll see why it can help, but it's not going to be just an overnight quick fix. One of the most important things that touch can offer your baby is that sense of you being there, of you understanding, of you responding to their needs. And that in itself is incredibly valuable to your baby and will help them to feel more relaxed and supported regardless of anything. So in essence, when your baby cries, holding your baby, touching your baby, keeping your baby close to you and having skin to skin will always help to soothe and calm your baby if that's what your baby wants. All right. So how baby massage can help with colic is in a number of ways. So the first thing is when we massage the tummy, and there's lots of videos on how to do this on our website, we are mechanically moving air bubbles, trapped wind, stools through the bowel out, and so baby can expel them. So if baby's got discomfort because they've got trapped air in their belly, it's going to help move that through. So in essence, what massage does is it does the job of your baby's intestine. So your baby wants to move any waste products from A to B in the bowel. That's normally done through something called peristalsis, the movement of food. But in younger babies, this process can be more difficult if the bowel isn't fully developed at birth or is still developing over the first few weeks of life. And so what we're doing is we're kind of mechanically helping with that process for your baby. So you're going to rub baby's belly in a clockwise direction, and as a result, you're going to help to move stools, air, gas out of the bowel and help baby feel more comfortable. So again, when you touch your baby, when you hold your baby's belly, you're communicating to your baby, I know you have pain there, I'm here, I'm supporting you. So you're communicating love and support, which will help to relax your baby and you're mechanically moving the air bubbles out of the bowel as well. So it's a really, really good thing to do. On top of that, just as an aside, whenever you touch your baby's body, you and your baby's body produces a wonderful hormone called oxytocin, which is a relaxation hormone that helps to reduce levels of stress hormones in your baby's body. So when we have pain, we can feel stress, so we can start to build adrenaline-based hormones in our body. So when you touch your baby, you produce relaxation hormones, which help to bring down the level of stress hormones and help your baby to feel more comfortable. So simply by just touching your baby and rubbing your baby's belly, you're getting these feel-good hormones circulating around the body, which is going to help as well. So it's another great reason. So the first one is you're mechanically moving out the air bubbles. The second one is that you're helping to tone the wall of the intestine, the bowel. So when babies are born, sometimes the muscle inside the bowel, if you imagine your bowel is like a muscular tube, sometimes that muscle isn't fully developed at birth. So that means if you've seen your baby, they put in a huge amount of effort to pass wind or pass a stool, and they're kind of, what comes out is this kind of soft looking stool. It's because the muscle in the bowel isn't fully developed at birth for some babies. So just like my digestion is different to yours, your baby's digestion is going to be different to another baby's. And when babies are born, all of their body systems are developing day by day. So not all babies are able to immediately digest food, expel gas, get rid of stools really effectively. It's a process that develops over the first few weeks and months of birth. So we have to be really patient with our babies and understand that this digestive system is just starting to kick in and work around solid food, or rather, sorry, breast milk and or formula milk, however you've chosen to feed your baby. But in essence, different food than your baby's received when they've been inside the womb. So imagine that's a big step up, isn't it, from having your food on tap in the womb to then suddenly having to digest food outside of the body. So massage is also going to help to potentially tone the inside of the bowel by bringing circulation to the area. So that's when we rub the belly, we're encouraging blood flow to all of the cells, the muscle fibers in that area, which can help it to develop and then work more efficiently too. And then the third reason why baby massage can help is because when you massage your baby's body, in essence what you're doing is you're stimulating the whole of your baby's nerve system. So if you imagine your baby's skin is covered in nerve endings, and when you touch your baby, that's how they get the first conception of their body, what their body can do, where their body is, even that they have hands and feet and legs and arms. All of these things your baby is learning when you touch your baby. So simply by the act of holding your baby, you're helping them to build up this 3D picture of who they are in their environment and how they're relating with you and everything around them. So when you start to massage your baby's body, you're stimulating the nervous system and you're literally helping to make connections between the brain cells in your baby's brain and helping them to build up this 3D picture of who they are. You're also helping to connect up. If you imagine the brain and all of the nerve fibers in your body is like your baby's communication system, you're helping to connect up all the different parts of your baby's body, all the different body systems, so they work more efficiently. So what you're going to do by massaging your baby is help to make a stronger connection between your baby's belly and your baby's brain, which means that digestion again should be more efficient and more effective, which can also help with colic. So colic, doing a daily baby massage practice on the tummy, focusing on a colic massage routine, will help with all of those three things: mechanically moving the air out, helping to tone the bowel, and also making connections between the brain and the belly. So we would suggest that you do that practice at least twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And you can do it when you change your baby's nappy, when you top and tail your baby in the morning. You can do it with a gentle and nurturing oil, such as a sunflower seed oil or a coconut oil, or you can literally do it over your baby's baby grow. It's up to you. But basically, what we want to do is to help and support our baby's digestive system whilst it's still maturing. Now, I know that's a lot of information, and obviously being able to see the techniques is really important. So that's why if you pop over to our website, you'll be able to see the techniques that I've been talking about. And we also have a free download there, which has got 5 coping strategies for colic as well. So there's lots of great information to help you with that. So I hope that's brought a little bit of light as to what colic is and what you can do. And really just also to say that colic is definitely not your baby's fault, and it's definitely not your fault either. It can be really hard to deal with colic, and as a parent who's had a colicky baby, I totally understand how you feel. But taking proactive action like this, using massage and nurturing touch, is something really loving and kind you can do to help your baby, to help you, and to help you both feel more connected as well. If you just remember that touch communicates love. So when you see your baby in pain or in distress, you can use touch to immediately communicate to them that they're loved, they're safe, they're secure, and that everything's going to be okay. All right, so that's the first one. Can baby massage help with colic? The second one is, can baby massage get my baby to sleep better? So again, this one, I see lots of people, I see lots of claims that baby massage can get your baby to sleep, or baby massage, causes your baby to sleep. There aren't really any studies that conclusively show that babies that are massaged sleep better. But what I can say is that baby massage helps to relax your baby. It helps to work with your baby's parasympathetic nervous system, or if you've never heard that word, that's your relaxation responses in your body and your baby's body. So when you touch your baby, you are helping to connect with the relaxation responses in your baby's body, and that will have the effect of doing things like lowering your baby's heart rate, decreasing your baby's blood pressure, promoting digestion, promoting relaxation, and supporting the immune system. So all of those things tend to help to relax babies, and in doing so may help to promote sleep. Okay, so we all know that the more relaxed you are, the more you sleep better, and the more your appetite is, you have a really good appetite and you eat better and your digestion is improved. So babies are exactly the same as us. So when you give your baby a massage, they're going to have similar feelings to how you may feel if you've had a massage. So that may make you feel like you want to sleep more. But there are no conclusive studies with full-term babies that say categorically, if you massage your baby, they will sleep. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't include baby massage as a wonderful bedtime ritual. We have sleepy strokes in our baby massage routine, which are wonderful at bedtime, because again, what you're doing is you're communicating love to your baby, you're getting all that eye contact, you're producing oxytocin, which helps bond you, helps your baby to relax. So there are so many benefits that one of the side effects of having a massage may be that your baby sleeps better. Now, there are some studies with toddlers which suggest that toddlers who are massaged have better sleeping patterns, and you can find out about that if you want to on the Touch Research Institute website. A lady called Tiffany Field does a lot of research on how massage affects babies and children and everybody. And there are some studies with premature babies that show that, again, by Tiffany Field, that show that babies that are massaged tend to put on weight quicker, and therefore they were able to leave hospital earlier because of the impact of this nurturing touch that they'd received in the hospital. So there are studies that support sleep, but we can't categorically say, yes, if you massage your baby, they're going to fall asleep. And I'm not going to say that to you, because we all know with babies, there are so many different factors that affect them, and they have so many different needs that ultimately what we need to do is tune in, listen to our babies and respond to their needs. And in that way, they start to develop their own sleeping patterns, their own behavioural patterns, and then, you know, eventually babies start to fall into their own way of getting off to sleep and sleeping. But it's not something that you can kind of rush through. It's something which really is very baby-led, and I would always suggest with babies and sleep to take the lead from your baby. And obviously you can have good sleep habits, like, you know, giving your baby a nap, opportunity to nap in the day so they don't get too overstimulated. But I don't think there's any quick fixes with babies. Again, always take the lead from them and let them teach us. Number 3 is, when can I start massage with my baby? So this is an interesting question, because in many cultures around the world, babies are actually greeted into the world with a massage from their birth attendant, doula or midwife. And in that way, it's almost like how a dog, a mummy dog would lick her baby, her puppy all over when the baby's born. It helps to stimulate all of the baby's, all of that puppy's body systems through that stimulation of the skin via licking. Kind of having a massage at birth kind of does the same thing, so it would help your baby's your nervous system to be activated, and that supports respiratory system, digestive system, and everything else that your baby is doing. So in some cultures, babies have massage at birth. Obviously, we have things like kangaroo care, which you may have heard of, for premature babies, where premature babies are given skin-to-skin contact with their parents, almost like a little kangaroo pouch. So babies are popped inside mum's and dad's clothing, and that skin-to-skin has shown to help to regulate babies' bodies and again help them to recover from their low birth weight and feel more relaxed. So we have that, and we also have things like the golden hour, which is where you can have your baby placed skin to skin directly after birth, and there are so many benefits of that. I could do a whole other Facebook Live on the golden hour and skin to skin after birth. So there's all of that type of skin to skin, which I absolutely would encourage. But then with massage, what we want to do, because it's a more structured form of touch, we want to make sure that the skin has fully developed before we start to massage. So generally, we would say start a baby massage routine from 6 to 8 weeks after birth, which gives the skin the opportunity to adapt to being outside of the womb. It gives it the chance to develop. And also, we don't want to put too many products on baby's skin after they've been born, because the skin is still developing. And there have been some research studies that show that you know, using things like oil early on on a baby's skin may cause some kind of deterioration to how the skin is formed, possibly leading to things like eczema. Again, they're small scale studies, but we have to take notice of all of this information and research that comes. So for that reason, I would say baby massage with oils from 6 to 8 weeks, but loads and loads of skin to skin, as much skin to skin as you can get, as much holding of your baby as you can get, as much close proximity, sling wearing, co-bathing if you have someone to help you, just having your baby close to you. That skin to skin just really, really helps to support your baby's development and gives them that way to navigate themselves in the world through your physical presence. It's really, really powerful. And the last question was, will holding my baby make my baby clingy? So a lot of people worry about this. I don't know if you've heard the expression, you can spoil a baby by holding a baby too much. So I just want to say that this is a myth, that you cannot hold a baby too much, provided that the baby wants to be held. So in essence, we should always take the lead from our babies. So when our babies cry, they are communicating to us that they have a need. They also communicate to us in more subtle ways, with their body language, with their little fussy noises, with their eye contact, and all of these things. So when a baby has a need, our job as a parent is to respond to that need and make sure that that baby feels cared for. And in doing that, you are helping your baby to feel feel better, and also to help them to regulate the emotions around the physical sensation in their body and their interaction with their environment. So in essence, if you kind of put yourself in your baby's shoes and imagine that you've come out of this wonderful, relaxing environment of the womb, you're in the world where everything's quite overwhelming, you've lost that physical sense of boundaries and touch with your mother's body, and so babies naturally want to be held and naturally want to be physically close with us, because that gives babies the security that they know that they are safe, connected, and they're cared for. So in my opinion, you cannot hold a baby too much as long as that baby wants to be held. So there are some babies who are a little bit hypersensitive to touch. There are babies that like their own space, and again, we would always tune in, listen to them and respond to those needs. But in general, you definitely cannot spoil a baby by holding them too much. Babies under 18 months don't have the mental capacity to understand really that they are separate from you. So all they feel when they're close to you is they feel love, they feel empathy, they feel kindness, they feel connected. And we all know that connection is the absolute root of emotional and mental well-being. So by holding your baby feels confident and secure to embrace the world and take on all these new experiences. And studies have shown that babies that have a secure attachment, which is formed from things like touch and eye contact and spending time with your baby, tend to go on to be more confident once they get into school years. So all of that time and all of that responsive care that you give your baby now will actually make them more confident and give them a more secure attachment, which is an incredible gift for the rest of their life, rather than make them into a clingy or insecure child. Now, obviously, I'm generalizing here. All babies are different. All parents are different. Your journey is going to be different from every single other person out there. But studies have shown that the more attached your baby is to you, then the more confident they're going to be. So it's the absolute opposite. And I really love to share this message because there's such a lot of misconception around the idea of spoiling babies or responding to babies, and things like the cry it out theory, leaving babies to cry. In my opinion, there's never the right time to leave the baby to cry if you don't know what their need is, if you haven't responded to them. So obviously, as the parent, you're the expert of the baby, and there may be times when you feel your baby's crying just as they're going off to sleep, and you recognize that cry as a cry of tiredness. But the key is to always respond to your baby so that your baby knows that you're there. You are your baby's world. You are your baby's connection to the world. So through you, your baby experiences everything. So if we as parents can be as kind, as loving, as compassionate and empathetic as we can, that's what we're teaching our babies, and that's what they will grow up to practice with others. So that comes back to the whole ethos of Blossom and Berry, which is this love creates love theory that we have. And there's loads and loads of information on this about why nurturing touch, it can really change the world. But I don't want to go off on one now. Sorry, I get really passionate about the importance of that. So I hope today has been helpful to you. It's just four of many questions that I could answer. I absolutely love to share this information with you guys. So do check out the website. I'm going to put some links below as well to some content that you can download to support this around colic. I've got lots of blog pieces as well which support a lot of the information that I said today. If you know any new mums or dads who might benefit from this, please like and share. Please like our page, sign up for our newsletter. We have loads of things going on. And if this has inspired you and you would even like to come and learn to become a teacher with me, there's lots of information on how to train to teach infant massage and yoga on the website too, and I can teach you wherever you are in the world through our online courses. All right, so thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that it's really helped you. Let me know how you get on. Leave some comments to me if there's anything else you need, and I hope to see you really soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye.